Hey everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you. So today I'm back with another interview question. So we have a table which is called Z orders. Okay, so basically it's a restaurant table, and the data we have few users which are customers, their order date and the total amount. Okay, and these are the order IDs we have. So what we have to find? We have to find the customers who have not placed any order in the last 6 months. Okay, for example, from today from today till last 6 months, we have to check who are the customers who have not placed any order, and but they were active in the previous 6 months. But they were active in the previous 6 months. Before, they were active before the 6 months. Okay, in the first 6 months they were active, and in the last 6 months they have not placed any order. But before the 6 months, in the first 6 months they placed orders. Okay, they were active. So we have to check for the whole year. Okay, first 6 months they were active, but in the last 6 months they were not active and they have not placed any order. All right, so we have to find those customers. All right, so let's write a logic for this. First of all, we will find the customers who have not placed any order in the last 6 months. Okay, so for that we will find who have placed order in the last 6 months. All right, so let's do this. So for that we will extract the data of the last 6 months. Here, order date is greater than or equal to, we're gonna use date add function. The date add function, we will use the parameter of month and last 6 months. Okay, and get date today date. Okay, so these are the orders of the last 6 months. Okay, so 15th of August comes under 6 months. 1st December, 19 10th September, 5 December. So these are the dates which comes under the 6 months. So see, these are the customers who have placed order in the last 6 months. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we have to find, the first part is complete. Okay, now what we find, we'll find the customers who were active previous 6 months. Okay, so before these months, who are the customers who were active? Okay, so let's create CTE. Okay, so let's name this last 6 month. Okay, as. All right, now select from Z orders where order date between. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going back 12 months. Okay, I'll start the dates from there. Like what I'm going to do, date add and open close parenthesis month minus 12. Okay, I'm starting from this. Okay, between this is the my start date. Okay, and the end date would be this date. Okay, so this will give me the first 6 months data. All right, so now what I'm looking for, I'm looking for distinct user ID. I only concerned about the user IDs. Okay, all right, so select strip from, let's, so these are the customers who were active in the previous 6 months. Okay, so user ID 128. Okay, so these are, let's rename this app previous 6 months. Okay, as. All right, so select string from previous 6 months. Okay, so let's check the data. All right, so let's run this. Let's check what is user ID 101 says. User ID 101 says we are saying it is the previous 6 months. Okay, so he was active in the previous 6 months before ordering any order. Okay, so the last 6 months he was not active, but before the last 6 months, in the previous 6 months he was active. So yes, if you can check from the last 6 months. So what is the last 6 months date? Let's figure it out. Okay, so the last 6 months date is this. Okay, and the user ID 101 was active 10th of May. Okay, so before 6 months. So this is the 6 months deadline. Okay, after this, the 6 months start from today. This till this date, it was 6 months. Okay, 16 May it was active. He was active on the 16th, 15th June. Okay, and 102 he was active in the previous 6 months. Previous 6 months, we are talking about the first 6 months. Okay, and the last 6 months means the last 6 months. Okay, and the 108 he was active 25th of February, the first 6 months. Okay, in the previous 6 months. Okay, and user 107 was also active in the previous 6 months. Okay, so now what we're going to do here is we will join both the tables. Okay, both the CDEs. Okay, so we are concerned about this because the question is we have to find the customer who have not placed any order in the last 6 months but were active in the previous 6 months. So I want to find those customers who were active in this previous 6 months. So these are the customers I am looking for. Okay, who were active in this. Okay, in this select in this previous 6 months block. Okay, so 101, 102, 108. Okay, so let's do this. P left, we're gonna use left join because I want all the data from the left table. Okay, and common table, common data from the last 6 months. On P dot user ID equals to L dot user ID. All right, and distinct user ID. P dot. So user ID 1, user ID 2, 102, 101, 102, and 108. Okay, let's verify. So the 101 was active in the first previous 6 months, 102 was active in the previous 6 months, and 108 was active in the previous 6 months. But what 107 is doing here? I mean, was it coming in under the 1 year period or not? Let's find out. Select from Z orders, and this is the 6 months data. This is this last 6 month date. Month. Okay, and last 12 month. Last. Okay, what as, so let's run this, and so the data we have this So this is our final output, and this is the main table we have. Let's verify the data. The question is, write a query to identify the customer who have not placed any order in the last 6 months but were active in the previous 6 months. So we have this data. So we will check whether 101 was active in the last 6 months and he has placed any order or not. Were he active or in the last previous 6 months or not? Okay. So first we'll check if he was active in the last 6 months or not. Okay, so what was the last 6 months? Last 6 months was 13th of August. So after 13th of August, was he ordered anything? No, he ordered before that. So he was active earlier from the last 6 months. Okay, because he ordered in the May. Okay, 101 and 15 June. Okay, so 102. No, for 5th of April he was active and he ordered before the last 6 months. Okay, and 103 he ordered in the 15th of August. He comes under the 6 months. He ordered in the last 6 months. Okay, as you can see, this is last 6 months date. Okay, and 104 he ordered 10th September. Yeah, before the last 6 months, after the last 6 months period. Okay, and 105 he ordered the latest order was 10th 15th of October. Yes, he ordered in the last 6 months but not active in the previous 6 months. Okay, and 107 he ordered the last order 107 was 20th of January. Okay, so that means he didn't order in the last 6 months. Okay, but he was active before the 12 months. Okay, because the last 12 months date was if you calculate the 1 year back date is 13th February 2004, because today is 13th February and 13th February 2024, and he ordered before the 1 year. Okay, so we are not considering 107 because it is not meeting the criteria. Because we are calculating those customers who placed order in the last 6 months but were active. He did not place any order in the last 6 months but active in the previous 6 months. So he was active before the previous 6 months, so it was in a January order. Okay, so now 108 we have 25th of February. Okay, because he was active in the last 6 month. He was not active in the last, he has not placed any order in the last 6 months, but he was active before that. Okay, he the last 6 months was 13 February and he ordered after that. So he comes on in the 1 year period. Okay, so he was active in the previous 6 months. All right, so that's why we have three customers who were active in the previous 6 months but they didn't order in the anything in the last 6 months. All right, guys, so that's how you can generate this output. And if you have a better solution than this, so please let me know and paste your solution in the comment section. And if you have any feedback for me, so please share it with me. I would be happy to see your feedback. Okay, all the feedbacks are welcome, and I'm happily accepting all those. Okay, thank you so much guys for your time, and if you have learned something, please subscribe my channel and like the video. All right, thank you so much.